Hello, this is Crimson Storm Surge, and I haven't done a video on Smashy Bros for a while, but on YouTube at the minute, I've seen quite a lot of videos discussing cutting down the roster if we were to get a rebooted game, and I've done quite a lot of videos on characters I want to see in a new game, and characters I want to see get reworked. But I thought I might throw in my sort of 2 cents into the ring and join in the conversation with how I would potentially chop down the Smash Bros. Roster. So, starting off with kind of the characters that, are definitely not getting cut in, a million years. So, firstly, obviously, Mario, Donkey Kong, Link, Samus, Yoshi, Kirby, basically all the main, basically the entire top row, well, minus Dark Samus, definitely staying. Like Peach, Bowser, Zelda, Ganondorf, staying. So basically, I think Mario-wise, you definitely keep Mario, Donkey Kong, Luigi, Peach, and Bowser. It's then kind of a bit wishy-washy as to what other ones you keep. I feel Wario is kind of iconic and represents the WarioWare series well. So you probably should keep him. But I'm pretty sure, Daisy, Rosalina, and Luma, Bowser Jr., Piranha Plant, they're going. Do I expect they might add, Waluigi or Nabbit? Or somebody as a new character for Mario, yes, I think I weirdly feel like Nabbit strangely has a really high chance of being playable in the next game. I don't know why. I'd also really like Nabbit, honestly. But I feel like if you're suddenly gonna add Nabbit, they're gonna get rid of Bowser Jr. Because Bowser Jr. and the Koopa Kids, yeah, they're kind of iconic and they're cool. You can select between them. But does anybody really care to play as the Koopa Kids? They could just be a stage hazard or assist trophies, and I don't think anybody would really care that much. So for Legend of Zelda, obviously you're gonna keep Link, but obviously if say you're gonna rework Breath of the Wild Link, then what I'd like them to do is rework both Breath of the Wild Link and Toon Link. So they both have completely different new movesets, and then you keep Young Link with the exact same moveset he has now to represent the original Links and their playstyle. So keep Zelda, probably get rid of Sheik or rework Sheik, but ideally we get a new Legend of Zelda rep. I don't really know who, but just somebody. And also just completely rework Ganondorf, please, because he sucks. Okay, so Metroid, I think, Dark Samus, it very much, because I'm currently, for this video specifically, not going over Echo Fighters, because I don't know if they'd keep them or not, so I'm just gonna blanketly say, for this video, we're getting rid of all the Echo Fighters, just because I don't know what will happen with those. But assuming Echo Fighters stay, then Dark Samus will stay, because there's no reason for them not to. Honestly, Zero Suit Samus stands more of a chance at being gone than Dark Samus. Keep Ridley, but also add, I don't know his name, but the purple guy who's going to be the main villain of Metroid Prime 4, you add him. So then there's a new guy. So for Kirby, keep all the current Kirby characters, but add Bandana Waddle-Dee. For Star Fox, I think certainly keep Fox. Whether Falco and Wolf stay, personally, I'd rather they kept Fox and got rid of Falco. But ideally, they probably all stay, or we just get Fox. Now, Pokemon, this is kind of going to sound weird, because then there's going to be a ridiculous amount of Pokemon characters, but bear with me a moment. You keep every single Pokemon that's currently in the game, but add Mimikyu and a Pokemon from either Gen 9 or Gen 10 if that's out by the time the next Smash Bros. Game comes out. Now, as for why those two specifically, I feel like Mimikyu has just become, such a like, popular, iconic Pokemon, and you could vaguely have them as, like, a semi-echo of Pikachu. Like, I feel like Mimikyu could use basically the same model and, like, everything for Pikachu, just slightly modified, and several of the animations could be exactly the same. You just color them. So say, like, for the attacks where Pikachu uses Tail, just make the animation the same, but make Mimikyu's tail glow green, like it's using Wood Hammer, or, like, something. And then, like, that's super easy, and then you kind of get, like, an Pokemon rep from, like, Sun and Moon, not Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield in there, and then I kind of... Oh no, actually, Mimikyu did come out in Sun and Moon, to be fair, didn't it? But, and then, as I said, add, like, I don't know, Meowscarada or Ogerpon. I'd prefer Ogerpon, just because then that could have, like, switchable mask gimmick, and I think that would be, like, a really fun thing. But I don't know. 'Cause similar to, like, Pokemon Trainer, how you can change the Pokemon on the select screen. If you could do that with Ogerpon, so you could select which of its 4 masks it has to go into a battle with, I think that could be really fun. So, I do kind of believe Ness is safe. Lucas, I don't know, but I feel like Lucas would be fairly safe. Captain Falcon is basically just a Smash Bros. Original character by this point. So for Jigglypuff, though, which I did want to mention a minute ago, replace Jigglypuff with Screamtail. So, actually, what I do is you put, like, Mimikyu in the game to kind of represent kind of the newer games. I know it came from the same game as Incineroar, but it can kind of count to, like, represent Sword and Shield if necessary. Replace Jigglypuff with Screamtail to give it a few new moves while keeping the base concept of the Pokemon. And then that represents Scarlet Violet. Then add a Gen 10 Pokemon. Yeah, and then that's kind of Pokemon covered. So, like, Ice Climbers, I have no idea. They just kind of never really get brought up in much now. I kind of feel like, if Ice Climbers wasn't a 2-in-1 character, I'd say they would definitely get rid of Ice Climbers. But because of their whole, like, 2-in-1 gimmick, then they're not going anywhere. Just because they're, like, the only character that does this. So, Marth and Lucina. So, getting on to Fire Emblem. This is going to be a pretty big one, but remove Marth, Lucina, Roy, Chrom, Ike, and Corrin, and replace all of them with Aaliyah from Fire Emblem Engage, and just have it so for their various attacks, Aaliyah summons Marth, Lucina, Roy, Chrom, Ike, and Corrin instead. So say for, like, their neutral B, they have Corrin's neutral B, their up special is Ike's, their side B's is the Marth, Lucina, Roy, etc. Like, basically just make them all one amalgam Fire Emblem character, so you then only have 3 Fire Emblem characters, Robin, Byleth, and Aaliyah. Because Byleth and Robin, like, I mean, I'd say shove Robin into that amalgam as well, just because Hero basically does exactly the same thing as Robin, but better. But at the same time, Robin doesn't really fit with the others of kind of having a sword. I mean, I know Corrin doesn't either, but because Corrin is so unpopular, I feel Corrin would just get bundled in with Aaliyah. So you could just bundle in Robin too, and then you just have Aaliyah and Byleth as, like, the only 2 Fire Emblem characters. Because, but I feel like really you could keep Corrin, Byleth, and Robin, and then just replace all the rest with Aaliyah. Because Byleth, Corrin, and Robin have distinctly different attacks to all the Marths. I mean, Ike is, like, kinda different, because he's tanky, but he's still just sword guy at the end of the day, you know. Again, I feel like Pit, Dark Pit, and Palutena probably all staying. Like, Snake, I kind of honestly wouldn't be against them removing Snake and replacing him with Raiden. Or just adding both. I feel like Raiden is equally as popular as Snake, and I'm kind of surprised hasn't been stuck in Smash Bros. By now. So I honestly wouldn't really mind that. Diddy Kong, I know a lot of people kind of want them to like stick Dixie Kong in with them. I could either see them doing that or just honestly outright removing Diddy Kong. Like Sonic, rework Sonic completely, then add Shadow. Either have him be a completely separate character as well, or base Sonic his moveset on what Sonic's moveset is now. And I'd also like them to add Dr. Eggman too, but that might be pushing it. Like Olimar, Alf, etc. I think they'd get a complete rework using all of like the 9 or 10 different Pikmin. And then they'd have all the like other Pikmin characters like Louie and the guys from Pikmin 4 all as Alt costumes. So similar to Bowser Jr., all of Olimar's Alts are a different person. Because that feels like that would be more sensible. Like Rob, like it's kind of again basically a Smash Bros. Original character by this point, so you might as well keep him, but also I don't really know. Villager, now hear me out. Remove Villager and just keep Isabelle. Because Isabelle is by far the more iconic character. Like, I get Villager as like the character you technically play as, but because it's so customizable and like everybody's Villager looks different, I feel just keep Isabelle as the one generic representation, or replace Villager with Tom Nook. I don't think we need two, especially because their moves are basically exactly the same. I mean, kind of again with like Dr. Mario, as much as I love Dr. Mario, either remove him or completely overhaul original Mario's moveset, then keep Dr. Mario in as like the way sort of referencing original Mario's original moveset. But I don't know. Like that, you know, a Mega Man I feel would stay just because he's iconic, but seriously rework his moves because he sucks. Wii Fit Trainer will be replaced with Ring Fit Trainer. There's no way in hell we keep Wii Fit Trainer. They will be replaced with a newer version, either with Ring Fit Trainer, or if like the next console comes out in like 2030 and the Switch 2 just has like a remake of Ultimate. You know, by then there might be like a new Wii Fit character, but either way they'll replace them with a newer version, but still technically stay. But Rosa, as I said, is kind of lost relevance now. There's no real reason for her to still be in the game. Same kinda with Little Mac. I like Little Mac, and he makes sense to be in the game from the point that he is a boxer. But at the same time, I really don't know. Because with, like, the NSO thing and stuff, like, I feel like Ice Climbers and Kid Icarus has kind of been getting some love in that respect. Punch Out, not really. Like, Punch Out does have, I believe, one game on, like, the NSO thing, but, you know, they haven't, like, they could remake the Wii game or something. They haven't, so I really kind of could honestly see them getting rid of Little Mac. I don't want them to, but I could see them doing it. Pac-Man, absolutely guaranteed to stay, because Bandai Namco make these games anyway. There is no ripe or reason Pac-Man should ever not be in the game. So now for like the Xenoblade characters, change Shulk to his adult version and rework some of his moves. Make him like more of a brawler. And then for Pyra/Mythra, replace them with the adult version of Rex, who dual wields both of their swords. And then for like their final smash or whatever, they could then just like transform into like, you know, their more like humanoid forms. But I think replace these two just with Rex using both of their swords. So you could still either have him dual wield them or switch between the two swords. So basically it works exactly the same as these two characters currently, just it looks different. But I don't know. And also, I assume they'd add Noah, and I can't for the life of me remember the main, like, female character from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. They'll probably add Noah and whatever her name is as, like, a 2-in-1 character, like, with Ice Climbers. And then their final smash, they could fuse into, like, a giant mech thing, like they do in Xenoblade. A Duck Hunt, again, I kinda don't really see coming back. Like, Duck Hunt's a funny character, but Duck Hunt isn't a good character. He's not a well-known character. There's honestly absolutely zero reason for this character to exist. Like, honestly, you could just replace him with the literal gun from Duck Hunt and it would be more of a fun character, honestly. So, Street Fighter, this is weird. And a lot of people are probably going to hate me. I'll hate myself because I love Ken. But, keep Ryu, replace Ken with Akuma. Akuma has basically become more the mascot of Street Fighter than Ryu has nowadays. Like, Akuma is such a popular Street Fighter character that absolutely deserves to be in Smash Bros. But I don't want to add Akuma while keeping both Ryu and Ken, because then you just have three characters that do basically exactly the same thing. So if you remove Ken and replace him with Akuma, and give Akuma a few different moves. So he has like the aerial, like forward flip Hadouken, obviously the Raging Demon, some of his more fire themed attacks from Street Fighter 6. Maybe even some of his stuff he could do in Tekken 7 with like kind of going into the background, and because you know like Kazuya has like a ludicrous amount of command input moves. If they kind of did that for Akuma, I feel like that would make sense. I want to say both Cloud and Sephiroth would stay. I'm not convinced they both would. I could honestly half just see them keeping Cloud and or Sephiroth. I weirdly feel like Sephiroth has more of a chance of staying over Cloud. Just because I think more people like Sephiroth. But I'm probably only keeping one of them. Bayonetta, I don't know, honestly. Like, Bayonetta seems to have, like, with the release of, like, Bayonetta 3 and, like, that spin-off game, they really tried to push Bayonetta, but then, like, a load of controversy happened, and then Bayonetta just kind of fell off a cliff. So I really genuinely don't know about whether Bayonetta would stay or not. Inkling, add an Octoling, like, either as an alt or as its own Echo Fighter that just deals a bit more damage and is less mobile. Remove Simon and replace him with Alucard and keep Richter. Like, please. Please keep Cable, because he's my main. Joker. Now, this is funny, because Persona has become insanely popular. So I'd honestly say there's a very high chance we actually get another Persona rep. Either, regardless of whether the next Smash Bros. Game is a remake of Ultimate or a reboot or whatever, I feel we will get another Persona character in Smash. Whether you go the simple route of doing an Echo Fighter, so you just add Goro Akechi or Yoshizawa, even though Yoshizawa was supposed to be Joker's Echo Fighter before she got cut, even though that would make less sense because they dress similarly, but their attacks are completely different. I feel like Goro Akechi would actually make more sense to be the Echo Fighter for Joker than Yoshizawa, but what do I know, I guess. But yeah, no, I do think, or you could do something completely different and add either Yu Narakami or the guy from Persona 3, whose name I can never remember, Matoto or something, right? I've literally been playing Reload. I should know what his name is, but I don't. Mostly because my character in Persona 3 Reload, I just named Joker at home. So, Hero, like, they're definitely gonna keep. Like, Dragon Quest is so popular, plus we're getting all the HD 2D remakes, and they'll inevitably probably be on, like, Dragon Quest 13 by the time the next Smash Bros. Game comes out. There is no way Hero does not stay. I mean, personally, I'd prefer if they just removed Hero and replaced him with a Slime. Because originally, Slime was supposed to be the Dragon Quest character, not Hero, and Slime would be so much funnier. So I would be absolutely down for them to just get rid of Hero and just add a Slime. Banjo-Kazooie, honestly, as great of a legacy character as they are, I don't see them being in the next game just because they have, like, no games to promote or anything. There's no real point in them being here. Terry might as well stay, especially with, like, City of Wolves and stuff. Although, can we please get his, like, old man version as, like, an alt skin? Because I'm not really sure why they didn't do that in this game. Like, this is as close to that as you can get, but it's still not really. Min Min, like, please do ARMS 2 on the next console, Nintendo. Like, please, I'm begging you, please make an ARMS 2. I'd also never noticed till now that the text on the label of her hat changes between her outs. Like, the label on her hat changes. I don't know what it says, because I can't speak, like, Chinese, but if some random person watching this video would just like to go and, like, tell me what it says on Min Min's hat, please. Just because I kind of want to know now that I've noticed that. Steve Shirley stays. Like, Minecraft is so popular, surely we keep Steve. Again, Kazuya, I either see them keeping Kazuya or replacing him with either Heihachi or Jin. But basically, he'd be functionally virtually exactly the same. Especially if you just replace him with Jin, his moveset could literally be exactly the same. Sora, again, I hope they keep, but who knows with how much of a licensing headache it must be to, keep him in this game. So I really don't know on that one. Also, this is like one of the best alts in the game. The Mii's, a lot of people I've been hearing recently are saying they'll amalgamate all the Mii's just into one character called Mii Fighter. And honestly, I feel like that would be more sensible. Instead of them having Brawler, Sword Fighter, and Gunner, if we did just have Mii Fighter as just its own, like, character. Because, I mean, I know you can already technically stack the Brawler, Sword Fighter, and Gunner with, like, the whole Echo Fighter stack thing that nobody ever uses. But I also feel like the Mii's could honestly get a bit of an overhauled, like, moveset, because a lot of the Mii's moves are kind of based off other fighters' moves, and I wouldn't mind them making the Mii's a bit more unique, or even just adding, like, some stuff from like, Wii Sports, and just, like, other random, like, things like that. So yeah, that's kind of my view on this. Hopefully I didn't really miss anything. I don't think I did. If I did, oh well, you can let me know in the comments below. But anyway, that is my take on all this. Let me know what you think, and subscribe.